Top 10 RPGs on PlayStation Plus Extra. You can play right now. Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, welcome, and consider subscribing to our channel and hit the notification bell below. Get ready to discover the most excellent RPGs available on PlayStation Plus Extra with our top 10 countdowns. What top 10 RPGs on PlayStation Plus Extra can you play right now? You have come to the perfect place if you're after a complete list of recent RPGs on PlayStation Plus Extra. This video will update you with a top 10 list of RPGs on PlayStation Plus you can play now. Most importantly, this list will stay up to date with all the details. You will try one of these on the list this year right now. Are you yearning for a fright? PS Plus has plenty of horror delights. Want to play with a friend? Local co-op options are present. Unsurprisingly, role-playing games, including Western and Japanese projects, are not an exception. The service's library is vast, so that you can play the best RPGs on PS Plus Premium and Extra. Only some things are included with a PS Plus Extra subscription. Let's move into the video. Number 10. Trials of Mana. The August 2022 PS Plus Extra lineup carried its share of goodies, but RPGs were different from the month's focus. Nevertheless, Sony's service only partially ignored fans of the genre, mainly those delighted with JRPGs. Trials of Mana is a remake of the 1995 rendition. Zene's 2020 game is relatively constant to the original regarding story progression and gameplay. An argument could be created that this repetition is a 3D rendition of Trials of Mana. Accordingly, the 1995 title is beaten as a classic. Players can choose 3 characters from 6 protagonists, bringing unique backstories and development. Number 9. Scarlet Nexus. Scarlet Nexus was a beautiful surprise because the JRPG genre only regularly produces new IPs with relatively big budgets, especially ones that garner a positive reception. Bandai's game occurs in an alternate reality where empowered humans fight off threats known as the Others. Players can select from 2 protagonists, both of whom have different storylines and combat styles. 2 playthroughs are required to experience the whole story, while there is a fair amount of overlap. The action JRPG plays like a hack-and-slash game akin to the Tales series. Although players cannot exchange between their party members, the combat system is flashy, fast-paced, and principally deep, even if it takes a while to unveil its mechanics. Scarlet Nexus is also a success. The game remains enough room for a potential sequel. Number 8. Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age. Dragon Quest is doubtlessly the king of RPGs in Japan, while Final Fantasy is better known in North America. The franchise builds its international comeback with Dragon Quest XI after a long stretch away from Western home consoles. It's a glorious throwback to early JRPGs that proves the formula is still intact. Dragon Quest XI's adds a few quality-of-life improvements to the base game. It includes a few neat additions, such as a 16-bit mode. This Square Enix project will be the best JRPG on PS Plus Extra, offering a lengthy campaign, endearing characters, beautiful visuals, and straightforward but enjoyable turn-based combat. Number 7. Mount & Blade Warband. The cult classic Mount & Blade series is a franchise. It has elements from fantasy RPGs, grand strategy wargames, and city management simulators to create a game independently. Gameplay is divided into 2 sections. One is where players control their character to go from location to location on a world map. The second one is when confronted in combat. Players command their army against their enemy. Mount & Blade Warband is not the first game in the series. However, despite its very dated graphics, it's arguably the most popular in the series. It's worth trying to play something with the strategic senses. Number 6. Bloodborne. Bloodborne is a dark fantasy RPG. It was inspired by the performances of the early 20th century, H.P. Lovecraft, Bram Stoker, and other classic horror authors. Bloodborne was released as a PlayStation exclusive. It is with PS Plus Premium and Extra. It is one of the most challenging RPGs ever made. Its uniquely disturbing visuals and incredibly fine-tuned gameplay build it a classic every PlayStation owner should try at some point. Number 5. The Legend of Dragoon. The Legend of Dragoon appeared late in the console's lifespan. limiting its reach and potential. This JRPG is rather challenging to find nowadays, since the project was never moved to any other systems. The Legend of Dragoon is closer to other 3D JRPGs released during the late 90s. The game features random enemy encounters, turn-based combat, and an extended storyline. Legend of Dragoon introduced various unique ideas, including input prompts during battle, although not far removed from its contemporaries. Number 4. Neo: The World Ends With You. PS Plus's March 2023 lineup has a few thrilling games together with the Day 1 release of TIA. Immortals, Phoenix Rising, Street Fighter V, Ghostwire Tokyo, Rage 2, and Dragon Ball Z are pretty big deals, even if most titles have been out for a few years. And the month showed 2 Square Enix projects to PS Plus Extra regarding JRPGs. Cast as Rindo, players find themselves pulled into another Reaper's game. This process includes exploring every nook and cranny of Shibuya. It serves as the story's main hub. Rindo will take up pins that serve as skills that level up when used. Neo has a powerful story with well-written characters and even a few compelling twists. Number 3. Kingdom Come: Deliverance. Kingdom Come: Deliverance is not for the faint of heart. Warhorse's RPG teleports players to a medieval kingdom that feels ill-prepared, vulnerable, and surviving in Bohemia. Kingdom Come: Deliverance prioritizes realism, which extends to the progression system. The protagonist naturally grows to depend on their development skills, rather than selecting a class and focusing on it. Number 2. Pathfinder Kingmaker: Definitive Edition. Pathfinder Kingmaker is a vast game that once upon a time would have last confined to PC. However, like JRPGs are more commonly found on computers nowadays, studios are more willing to port isometric RPGs to consoles. The Definitive Edition is domineering right from the gate, providing players with the pick out of 16 classes packed with all the DLC. Pathfinder Kingmaker is a commitment that will absorb someone's life for potentially months with more than a dozen regions to explore. Number 1. Yakuza: Like a Dragon. PS Plus Extra's December 2022 lineup used Yakuza fans well by adding Yakuza: Like a Dragon, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, and Judgment. The Sega franchise had always included some RPG mechanics. The game was a new beginning for the long-running series, introducing a new protagonist, primary location, and entirely different combat in many ways. The game adds its twists, but those legendary properties inspire the fundamentals. As enjoyable as battles are, Like a Dragon would only be a good Yakuza game with an engaging narrative filled with shocking reveals, lovable characters, and emotional depth. The story comes on all of these fronts, while the title's side quests change pace and tone.